Oh my god. Hello everybody, hi! So today we are playing two games, like I stated yesterday. Originally it was just going to be Scarlet Hunt, but, uh, yeah. Yeah. Another dev got in contact and asked if I'd play their game. So, we're going to be playing Scarlet Hunt. It came out actually when the festival started. Well, festival celebration, same thing, I guess. So as you can see, it's by Soft Poison Studio. They don't have Twitter, but as you can see, they do have a blue sky. You can also see here they have Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. So if you guys also want to, go and try the game for yourself, you can always get it on Steam. Is it on itch? Let me see. It is, so it's also on itch as well. So if you do want to go and do that, instead of getting it on Steam, you can do that. And the second game we're playing is Merry Crisis. We did see it in the showcase on Monday. So as you can see, they have a whole website that tells you about Merry Crisis. I'm believing that's their only game. Hold on. And Scarlet Hunt is also their only game. Hold on. Let me... So much stuff. So much stuff. And Merry Crisis is also Monsoon Games' only game. So yeah, you see their website right here. Well, technically this is the press kit, but you can go here, you can read up on the game, about who Monsoon Games is. As you can see here, they also have contact information. So yeah, they just have a lot of information about their game here. Fortunately, I'm not gonna be able to read it all, but look, they even tell you the story outline. How beautiful. So yeah, we will be starting with Scarlet Hunt first, because they got in contact first, obviously. So let us get started on that. Also, hello Pigeon, hello. I saw your message. It contains flashing images, okay. So if you guys have epilepsy, be careful. This game contains depictions of violence, abuse, death, psychological distress, strong language, and dark themes. Very discretion is advised. So there are your warnings, guys. There are your warnings. If you can't handle any of that, then the Scarlet Hunt is not for you, and you guys can come back after an hour and a half for Merry Crisis. Because I don't want to, because like I said, I want to give both of them equal amount of time, but I also didn't want to like stream too long either. So it's like, okay, I'll do 3 hours and split it hour and a half, hour and a half. So that is where we are. Oh gosh darn it, hold on. Sorry, my earbuds got tangled. Okay, name chosen. Ooh, sound effects go crazy. It's like it went from like really loud to like really quiet. Okay, I think that should be good. Not too loud. Oh, whoops. I knew I forgot something. There we go. That's better. I was like, something doesn't feel right. Forgot to put it in goddamn full screen. There. Ah. What is going on? What? What? It's crazy. But I mean, hey, I'm all for not having to read yet. He said, I can smell her being tired. How do you... Oh shit, wait. I didn't set a timer. Okay, so I technically started the game 4 minutes ago. I set an hour 30, so that should be hour 26. Doing a timer, so that way I can remember. It'll be like hour and a half, and then I look up, I'm like, oh shit, what time is it? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to crack my neck into the mic, I'm sorry. Not yet. They are torturing this woman. What does that mean? Hmm? What? What did I just witness? What the fuck? Why is it even that big a deal? Maybe I should go back to trading. Less risk. Cold metal snaps around your wrists. Whispers murmur in the crowd around you. Someone shrugs. The sun hangs high and proud, watching, judging, demanding. sharp sting bites into your skin. You force a breath. It's not fair Ari always gets away with a slap on the wrist. The whip lashes again, filling the square with the sound of leather on flesh. Shall we eat soup tonight then? Again. The blows are merciless. Cutting. Hungry. Never. Still, better than the last time. Still. It's certainly better than the ones hanging by the gate. Your head shudders. Again. One last crack splits the air, sending your body forward. She pats her cheek with a self-indulgent satisfaction. Too proud. Something is unhooked. No. You wanted to say something. But you know the cost of speaking up. A rough kick sends you to the ground. The captain's word fade into a low mutter as she turns away. I don't want to hear that coming from you. Her silhouette blurs and distorts, dissolving in the sand. The sun burns. Wounds sting. Blood dries and pulls tight. But the smell of your own scorching skin barely registers anymore. That bitch. You gotta say it with a little bit of contempt. No? A light thud wakes your motionless body. Someone kneels, hovering over you. Huh, okay. The voices sound distant, fading in and out. Your gaze drags upwards. Oh my god, she's adorable. Who are the two most familiar faces in the camp? I'm fine. Swaying and stumbling, you push yourself up. Fucking hag. She's dead tonight. What? Lost count. Your head spins, legs threatening to fold. You two worry to whoa. Your ground suddenly disappears. Ari's arms hook under your back and knees. He sweeps you up in a bridal carry. I don't need this. Put me down. Hey. My ribs. Yes, my ribs are very important. Nala scouts ahead. Ari adjusts his grip. The only sound left is the sand crunching underneath his feet. Sagging in his arms, your lungs deflate in a sigh. A sound of defeat. Fucking heck. A cold sting runs down your back as you press a damp cloth. Your fingers shake, jaw clenched so tight it aches. You refuse to make a sound. You will not let them see you break. Until... the cloth slips, blood smearing around. I said I've got it. A lie, when you both hear. Nala kneels carefully, as if you were an animal about to bolt. She takes the cloth from your hand, fingers brushing your wrist. Her touch is feather light. No, her touch feather light. Almost unbearably gentle. There we go, I got it. Too kind. Instinctively, you stiffen. Like a cat. Get away from me. Hurts doesn't cover it. The whip burned. This sinks. Now that the fear is gone, every lash flares up, pain spreading slow and deep. Focus on the wall. Breathe. Ari is crouched a few steps away. He rubs the back of his neck. Right. Sorry is sheep. Everyone's sorry when it's over. No. It was my turn, so I went. That's how it works. Wish I was a little damn better at it. Your fist slams into the stone wall, arm jolting from the impact. Good. At least this pain is chosen. Nala's hands hesitate. She exchanges a look with Ari. Don't. You almost snap at her. Almost. Very surely positive. Anybody says very surely positive, do not trust them. Because you don't need that many, what is it, adjectives? Easy for you to say when you're not the one getting dragged out like a lesson. You look him in the eye. The hag hates me. She looks at me like she's already decided how I'll die. And you? You're her favorite. You don't even need to do anything. Heck, she'd probably give you more just for existing. Ari lifts his hands, palms out. Life isn't fair, but guess what? I'm not gonna sit here and not say the truth. Neither is the whip. He shifts closer, grin sliding back. He bumps your shoulder lightly. Too friendly. Very. Maybe you should be more. Empathy doesn't score points in a place like this. He reaches into his pocket. He throws something small your way. A nut. Real food. Where did you get those? You look to Nala, who exhales softly. Distracted. You let out a dry laugh. By me. Of course. What a fine team we make. Let me know next time I'm the appointed whipping post. Hello, Silent Obsidian. Hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing today? Well, as you can see, we are playing a visual novel. We are participating in the Otome Game Celebration Steam Festival. I was approached by Crystal Gameworks themselves to be one of the streamers, to, you know, stream stuff for it. And we are playing Scarlet Hunt. Still have no idea what it's about. You know what? I could just read the synopsis. That is the thing I can do. I just prefer to like jump into games and then like figure it out from there. Oh, wild. Yeah. Let's see. Dive into a world of fleeting hope in this thrilling dark romance visual novel. Feel the fear, survive the hunt, and navigate through danger on a daunting quest for freedom. Yeah, that's pretty much all they say. So at the beginning, somebody was being hunted by like 2 people. And it was so weird. Yeah, it's like, I don't even know how to, like... I guess they're really like toying with her. For lack of better words. Yeah. Cause, like, they had like caught up to her. And she was like begging for them to like please like spare her. And they're like, nah, keep running. Like, what? It was something. You know what? Fuck you too, Ari. Fuck you too. You know what? Next time we should send this guy. He should be the one to, you know, infiltrate. See how he feels about being the whipping post. Yes, you do. A long sigh leaves your lungs. Your hand reaches for the nuts in his open palm before your pride can stop it. At least it makes the hag look stupid as hell. A shared chuckle fills the space. The moment fades quickly as you share the spoils. The place falls quiet again. Felt off? How do you mean? Are they suggesting a trap? I don't know, man, I don't know. I'm new to this world, I don't know anything. Yes. But I was the concussed one. Hope slips into her voice. Nope. We've tried. So many times. The walls are impossible. The guards still cover every key point. The duty shift won't change that. Ari shoots up. Man, I'm just trying to live. If you want to die so bad, you go. Worse, it would make me sound like you. He runs a hand through his hair. Your eyes roll. Man, can you ever, like, be serious? It's like, is there, like, a serious button somewhere on you that we could, like, just switch it on? Optimism doesn't kill. Hope does. You've got too much of it. He reaches out, pressing nuts into your hand. I don't know, Ari. I don't think I can trust you anymore. After you left me out to dry like that. You stare at him, then at the food. Nah. But the first choice I ever get to make. When, Ari? When? Enough. You push yourself up with a sharp breath, ignoring the food offered. You're not looking to go into debt. A sliver of hurt flickers in his eyes. Serious button, silly button? Yeah. So I feel like some people, they don't have a serious button. Or like, when they are serious, when they are serious, they still sound silly. Which is a feat in its own way, if you think about it. How you can still sound absolutely silly while being serious. All favors have a price. They sure do. And like, I'm guessing, considering the situation you guys are in, where you're literally like stealing to support yourselves. Yeah, bro's about to call in a favor in the future that you necessarily may not want to do, but he'll keep holding it over your head like, oh, but you know, remember that one time I did that for you? He's gonna be like, yeah. Be like, so why don't you repay the favor? It's like, I don't have to. Oh, so you just gotta, this whole thing. This is why I don't like owing people favors. Because then it's just like, oh god, now they're gonna like have this over me. And then they're just gonna find that one time that I really don't want to do anything. And they're like, so hey, you know, I'm ready to cash in that favor. Let's get back to work before they decide I need another lesson. You don't look back. Bruised and aching, you manage to drag yourself back into the grind. Not that there is much choice in the matter. They work in the mines? Oh no. Damn. As claustrophobic as the lower tunnels can be, the stark temperature contrast and the refuge from the scorching sun are much welcome. A droplet of sweat splashes onto the stone as you ready the cart. As a child, I yearn for the mines. Overfilled, rocks spill and scatter when you push upward. The sound ripples through the dark maze in echoing waves. Oh? Deep in a crevice, something grabs your attention. No way. Oh, flowers? An asper bloom, more commonly known as everwhite. Thriving in darkness where almost nothing survives, these flowers stand as a proof of nature's stubborn resilience. Once used as a symbol of the rebellion, everwhites have been eradicated from most mines. Being in possession of one or using its motif is now strictly punishable by death. Jeez. Yo. Like, imagine you just, like, have a single petal on you, and you don't even realize. And you're like, what's this? You have everwhite? And then next thing you know, you're dead. Seems like the guards got too fat on their roasts to squeeze into these parts of the tunnels. Dang, girl. I'm gonna be real. The moment you told me that it's punishable by death, I was like, you know what? Nah. It's not my business. Not my business. You smile to yourself as you mark the spot. I wonder how long it will take them to notice. Once ascended, you pause briefly to catch a breath. As you wipe your brow, something in the corner of your eye promises to make your bad day even worse. Oh god, what's going on? Are they bullying Nala? I swear, if they're bullying Nala, I'ma fight. You sneak closer to see. They are bullying Nala. You know what? That's it. It's on. You don't bully Nala. You can bully Ari, but not Nala. Okay? Nala's where I draw the line. Near my home, there is some type of flower that you can cook and make pancakes. Really? Like, if you, like, gather a bunch, you can make them into pancakes? Nala being cornered. Ooh. What flower is it? Not this shit again. Hey, quit it, Bran. Sure enjoying that boost of eco from kicking the small ones. Makes you look real tough. Kim. Ooh, you gonna wish you was never born. Your eyes flick between Nala and her tormentors. She trembles, tears running down her face. You step forward, closing the distance. Funny, aren't you? Let her go. Bran blocks your way with a puffed out chest. Too cocky. Move. Bitch, I'll knock your lights out. That's what I'm gonna do. You try to sidestep him, but he shoves you back. Both bullies close in. You glance at Nala. Run, girl, run! She takes the hint and darts around to take shelter behind you. What's your problem, man? The usual insecurity or something more sophisticated this time? He glares at you, fuming. I'm noticing there's like a lot of ellipses in this game. You're stuck in a standoff. I feel like we don't need ellipses every single time though. Until Ari walks in, towering over everyone. Of course. We got the tower here. Doggy, yo. But you're not wrong though, he does seem very dog-coded, I'm not gonna lie. He backs off. And what? Man, what are you talking about? No? Your name and CEO. It does kind of look like that, yeah. Kind of does. He tilts his head, studying your faces like he's savoring it. What about the hunt? What is this hunt that you speak of? Oh. He says it nonchalantly, almost bored. The air feels heavier. Eyes flick from face to face. Rand steps closer, lowering his voice. Okay, but that's assuming that we get picked though. What if you get picked, Bran? You ever think about that, Bran? Of course not, because there's nothing going on in your head, Bran. He leans in, breath warm against your ear. Disgusting. Ooh, I hope you get picked, Bran, so I can watch your demise. The words crawl under your skin. He glances at Ari. That's what I'm saying. It's like, what if you get picked, Bran? You ever think about that? There's also that chance. He's like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna be picked. I don't think that's something you should be proud of. Bran, do you I don't know what this hunt is, but I'm assuming that the point is that you're not supposed to enjoy it. Why is there a reward that costs 9 million that ends the stream? It's mostly a gag thing. I don't think anybody will actually save up that much. Which is why it costs that much. But if there ever was somebody that dedicated, I will genuinely honor the redeem. Like, you really spent all that time in my chat, gaining all those channel points, and you spent it on end stream. You know what? Sure, I'll do it for you. I'll do it. But it's mostly just for gag. He flickers between you all. It'll probably be me. I mean, I am the protagonist. But wait, how does Bran know that he's gonna be picked, though? I just said those so many times. I'm so sorry. Blood drains from your face. Your chest tightens. Something clicks into place. You stand frozen, thoughts spiraling. Voices fade. Time stretches thin. You barely notice the guards forcing their way into the commotion. A sudden yank snaps you out of it as she grabs you and Bran by the hair. Oh my god, they're faceless! She drags you away. Whoa. She shoves you both forward. You barely manage to keep from falling. The whip slides free. Damn it, not again. You brace yourself as she raises the weapon, ready to strike. Collect my pages. For sure. The whip freezes midair. She growls in irritation as she turns around. They couldn't even put, like, a basic face? She scoffs, disappointed. She throws you one last look. As the guards leave, you notice the crowd has scattered. Fuck you, Bran. I hope that the moment you end up in the hunt, they take you out. Cause man, I ain't deserve this. He scoffs, spits, and shoves past you with a deliberate shoulder check. Ooh. Only I could just whip around and smack him up the backside of his head. At last, your chest deflates. Thank the lucky stars. I couldn't handle any more insanity today. The sunset hour. The sun sinks behind the walls, bleeding out in streaks of amber and rust. At last, the day nears its end. A welcome thought. There's only one way to end a rough day like this. I'm tired too, man. Consequences of staying up too late. 1, 2, 3. Easy. Now, you leap out from behind your cover, swiftly taking the next one. Keep laughing. Oh, girl. Maybe you're just not cut out for sneaking. You ever think about that? Better remain as still as stone. Your lungs pause. It was a rat! Good night. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for that. They resume laughing. Ooh. It's a bit closer. Your shoulder brushes cold iron bars. Somewhere deeper inside, metal slams shut. Your breath drags in quick hot bursts. The chill engulfs your back. Counting heartbeats, you press yourself flat against the stone wall. Eventually, the voices fade enough. You slip into a narrow crevice, carved between fractured stone. You emerge from a small gap in the wall, and immediately get hit by a smell of burning residue. Ari paces around the struggling campfire, kicking a stray scrap aside. Nala simply watches the flames, arms wrapped around herself, sketchbook resting on her knees. You look down at the rubble and metal junk. The hideout. Your hideout. The only place where you can truly catch your breath. Away from the whip. Away from everything. It doesn't matter. The picking isn't random anyway. You drop down beside them. You've made it a habit to gather here every evening after finishing your daily duties, ever since you found each other. Meg hates me. I might as well volunteer. Try to get the hell out of this hellhole, like Bran said. They exchange a confused look. Why not? I don't know. Maybe. No, but it could be an opportunity. Nala's finger pauses mid-sketch. I have nothing to lose. The fire crackles. Nala drops her gaze. Too late. I'm doing something absolutely stupid. Brother, I'm not gonna sit there and lie to you. I can't promise nothing. I've been here too long, Ari. We might never get another chance like this. What if it's now or never? If a door opens, even a crack, I'm taking it. with or without permission. Nala turns her diary toward the firelight. Pages filled with tunnels, measurements, and question marks. She's been working on this like she's gonna liberate a nation with a rumor. Always a dreamer. We've been trying to figure it out for months, Nala. There's no way out. It's just some old folks' tale to keep our hopes up. And hope is a fool's game in a place like this. Let it go already. Also adds in like 30 minutes, 30 seconds. The tip of Nala's pencil snaps. The words came out too sharp. I'm just so tired. I'm just saying, if it were real, someone would have escaped already. Oh, dear Lord. Stop it. Ari walks up to the fire and digs something out with a metal rod. Huh? He tosses something your way. Ah! A scorching potato lands in your hands. Hot. Immediately send it back his way. She reflects it your way. Nice one, take this. The potato flies back and forth. Oh, ants. Right, I'll take a break. Alright, welcome back from the ads. And for a moment, just a second. Oh, did they mean and for a moment? Oh, because I was confused. I'm like, huh? The walls are just stone. The guards are just shadows. The future is something that still exists. Nala laughs again, bright and unguarded. The potato slips from her hands, rolls into the fire. All three of you dive to rescue it at once. Oh my goodness. A loud bell splits the air. The curfew hour. Somewhere beyond iron gates begin to close. Ari quickly puts out the fire. You place items back into their hiding spots. Blanket under the metal, kindling between the rocks. Nala's diary lies open, one unfinished tunnel sketched in hopeful lines. Let's go. The bell does not stop. Sleeping quarters. The night comes. But the sleep does not. You turn to the side. Ari is long passed out, breathing slow and even. Nala's side of the room is empty again. A long, tired breath. Something about the day's revelations clings to you, refusing to loosen its grip. The damp chill of the cave air presses against your skin, a constant reminder of unease. Your fingers run up and down your back, feeling the scabbing wounds. Peace is rare here, but tonight it feels impossible, as if something old has been disturbed, something you thought you had buried for good. You roll. The hammock creaks softly. You stare up at the cave ceiling, watching shadows crawl across the stone. Your eyes flutter. Voices emerge first. Angry. Broken. He slams the newspaper onto the table. The headline is bold. The ink is dark. Mom sits at the table, head buried in hands. His shadow stretches along the walls, growing long and warped, its edges clawing at the corner of the room. His pace is sharp, erratic. Every step tightens the room. The word hunt sticks in your head. That's scary when he's angry. Ma? What's a hunt? Silence slams down harder than the shouting ever did. Mom looks up. Her eyes are red, exhausted. She forces a smile that doesn't quite hold. She kneels in front of you, gripping your arms a little too tight. Her hands tremble. She looks you straight in the eyes. She holds your gaze, pleading, afraid. Dad keeps pacing, back and forth, back and forth. As you turn around, the sound echoes, back and forth, each step louder, back and forth, wetter, back and forth, stickier. You look down. Red begins to seep through every creak and crack. The floorboards are bleeding. You take a step back. It follows. You reach your room. It's locked. Something's written on the door. You look closer. Sorry. Had to add a little bit of lightness there. Just a dream. So I'm guessing she's been hunted before? Or at least her family? That's what I'm getting out of this. We will end here for now. Very interesting. I still feel like I don't know enough, and it's been like at least an hour. But okay, maybe they tell us more further in. Okay, now I will get started with Merry Crisis. That's the next one we're supposed to do. More courses. Seems a little bit loud. Excuse me. Let us start. Alright, so your setup, your character is... What do we want to be today? I love how we can just do things and be like, what do we want to be today? Do we want to be a man, a woman, or neither? You know what, let's be neither today. For flashback scenes, your character was born. Yeah, just go with it. There are 3 romanceable characters in the game, all of them gender selectable. Oh yeah, cause there are like some interactive novels on itch that do that as well. Like A Tale of Crowns, feel like there's something else. But yeah, there's some out there where, like, depending on what gender that you choose that you're into. Sorry, my mind just blanked. Sorry. What I was saying is that there are some out there that the name and appearance change depending on the gender that you pick. Like, it is still kind of like the same name, but just like spelled differently. Like 00s, you know, stuff like that. 00. What is this? Oh, this is his story. Okay. Because I was kind of interested in that one. Okay, I will check that out later. Sorry that I got off track. Actually, hold on. Let me go look, because they should have a picture for what everybody looks like depending on the gender. Because there's some people that I definitely probably do prefer to see as a lady instead of a guy. But before we get started, I'm going to quickly go get something to eat, because my body is yelling at me. That, or my body's yelling at me because it's like, why did you stay up so late? I'm tired. But yeah, I'll be right back. I'm back. Okay, so I think I will end up choosing for each character, because I do prefer Nat as a female. Shay is... honestly, I don't really have a preference for Shay. Alright, let me just... maybe I can find a better picture. Man. First love, that's... Yeah, okay. Man. Neighbor tenant. Man. Okay. Content warning, this game may explore themes of racial prejudice, homophobia, family conflict, and transphobia, depending on the playable character's identity and choices. I personally don't need them, but I guess I should have them. For people who, like, end up watching, like, the VOD. Oof. December. You sprint down the street. There had been an early sprinkling of snow 2 days ago, and the streets are still slippery with patches of black ice. It's absolute madness to be running full tilt the way you are. Nobody bats an eye. You've lived here long enough to know that New York City is full of people who are late to something or another. Bleh. In your case, your flight to Singapore is in less than 4 hours, and you still need to grab your stuff from the apartment. You know what? We're gonna take another break, just so I could eat. So, let me see if I can find a YouTube video that we can all enjoy. You know what? Why not? These tend to be pretty good to watch. I don't think we really need audio for it. Because most of it is in Japanese anyway, so yeah, I'm just eating. I'm sorry. 1 AM arrival is crazy. I could never. I didn't realize we're now in the wrong category. Hold on. Merry... Yes, Merry Crisis. That is what we're playing now. That's the thing with Twitch. You gotta remember to change your categories. You know what the crazy part about this is? He's doing this all by himself. Like, there are no employees within sight. Wait. So he went from nursery teacher to making bread. Interesting. Alright. I'm done eating! Nope, I didn't mean that. Oh, right, I can unpin this now. Slow down enough to avoid falling flat on my face. I figured that if you end up as roadkill, you definitely won't make it for Christmas dinner. Exactly. Like, I know you want to rush. Technically, you should have been prepared like ages ago. If you've been anywhere in the US, you know better than to arrive. It's always best to arrive, like, 5 hours before your flight. Because a whole lot could happen. Because you could, like, come in like an hour before your flight. And then they're like, oh, they left like an hour early. Because, you know, flight was ready, everybody was ready. They're like, fuck it, let's go. So it doesn't hurt to be extra early for your flight. Your mother's already mad enough that you're visiting only for a week, so you don't want to know how she'd react if you don't come home at all. You're a yard from your apartment building when two very familiar, hairy things burst out of the front door and charge toward you. They leap straight at you, yapping noisily, knocking you off balance. You take a step back, right into a patch of ice. You flail frantically, in the blind hope of catching a nearby railing. Oof. Fortunately, someone catches your arm before you faceplant into the sidewalk. It's Nat, your housemate. I love how the small dog just looks so smug in the arms. Like, yeah. I'm getting carried like a prince. What of it? Liz wags her tail and beams at you, while Kehoe gives you a smug smile, completely unrepentant despite their role in your near-death experience. No, for real. Pets, they really do be like that. Do you know how many times I've always come so close to tripping because Leo always cuts in front of my walking path? So many times. And they just don't care. They're just like, excuse me, you're in my way. You know what? I gotta do it. I gotta pet the dogs. I gotta pamper them. Treat your pets right. Technically, you have no time to spare. But you've never been able to resist these two. You toss the toy bone for Liz and give Kehoe a pat. Liz scampers off happily in search of the bone, and Kehoe gives you an imperious bark of satisfaction. Nat watches you, gaze lingering, expression hovering somewhere between fond and sad and something you still don't have a name for. Even now, her voice carries a warmth you spent the past few weeks trying to forget. 4 weeks ago. The breakup had been amicable, mature. You'd both simply been moving in opposite directions. Or so Nat had put it anyway. You stand in the kitchen of your shared apartment, reeling from all that had been said and left unsaid. The radiator hisses unevenly in the corner, working overtime to fill the silence. A half-drunk mug of tea sits between you, long since gone cold. You sense that Nat hadn't been happy for a while, but you hadn't realized that he had gotten this bad. Breakup bad. I'm not happy, just too busy and distracted. Deep down, I know I haven't been happy. I mean, it is true. People do get busy and distracted. It happens. Deep down, I know I haven't been happy. If you're honest with yourself, you haven't been happy for a while now. The past few months, you've been pushing your doubts and concerns under the rug, assuming that they were all things you could fix later. Nat reaches over and takes your hand in hers, smooth and warm and big-knuckled. It's a gesture so familiar that it makes your heart ache. Something sharp and desperate claws at your throat. Yep, just nope, accept it. Don't fight it. It'll just make it worse. Nod silently. I know a dead end when I see one. As much as you wish things had worked out between you, you've lived long enough to know that sometimes things just don't go the way you want them to. Can we get an amen? To all the times things just did not work out the way we wanted them to. You know a dead end when you see one. The two of you stare at each other from across the table. The silence stretches between you. A part of you wants to cling on, but was there anything left to save? A week passes. 3 December. You're still living with Nat in the same tiny apartment. You already packed your things into neatly labeled boxes, and you've been scouring websites for apartments to rent. The New York City rent is sky high. I mean, I hear it is if you're trying to live in Manhattan. I don't know about the other places. As a late 20-something-year-old without much savings to your name, there just aren't many options. I'm gonna try my best to move on. Doesn't mean it's over. I know, for some people it's not that easy to just move on. But you gotta try. You pack your feelings away and seal it up along with the rest of your belongings. 6 boxes to contain. Sorry about that. Delivery finally came. Pack your feelings away and seal it up along with the rest of your belongings. 6 boxes to contain half of the life you once shared. You remind yourself that this is for the best. That this is what Nat wanted. Car honks loudly. Sound of traffic transports you back to the cold street. Breath fogging in the December air. It's beginning to snow properly now. Tiny snowflakes settle in Nat's hair, on the shoulders of her jacket. You step back, putting enough distance between you and Nat to hopefully prevent yourself from doing anything rash. It doesn't, however, stop the small pang in your heart from building to a dull ache. You can't help thinking of all the winter days you'd spend together, making angels in fresh snow and sipping hot chocolate by a window. You push the memories away. You're no longer 23, a college senior, still in love and full of hope for the future. Space between you seems to crackle, but the silence is a thick layer of hard-packed ice. It's Nat who breaks the silence. Three and a half hours. With a change of expression worthy of an 80s sitcom, all the color bleeds out of Nat's face. At your hesitation, Nat waves a hand. To save, Nat falters a little at this, but soldiers on. Hesitation when Nat said, "Housemate," makes your heart constrict. Do you want my firstborn child? I can't ask that of you. Nat always looked out for you, in more ways than one, but it wouldn't be fair to either of you if you kept falling back into old patterns. You clench your jaw, shaking your head. Thanks for the thought, Nat, but I'll be fine. Nat nods, biting her lip. The snow continues to fall. In a couple of hours, it'll turn into a nasty, squelchy mess. For now, though, it's beautiful. The sort of beauty that's made all the more precious because you know it won't last. Merry Christmas in advance, Nat. En route to JFK. I mean, that's a choice. In the cab, watching the smalls... What did I just read? Watching the city scroll past through the fogged-up window, you find yourself thinking about all the times Nat had driven you to the airport over the years. All the times she had kissed you goodbye, and told you how much she'd miss you while you were gone. How many things had you done together without knowing it would be the last time? See, that's the thing with like any kind of relationship, not even just like romantic, friendships, family. There's so many things that you just never realize will be the last thing you ever do together. Because, you know, somebody dies, you drift apart for whatever reason. Or, in the romantic sense, you break up. It makes me wonder sometimes too now. Like the friends that I have now. How many things have I done with them that'll be the last time? I know that sounds like so sad to think about, but it's like, it's reality, unfortunately. Dang, now I'm sad. At the next stop sign, the cabbie glances at you from the mirror. You wonder what he assumes as he drives you to JFK. A New Yorker going on a trip, or a foreigner returning home. You started dating Nat in senior year, so instead of returning home to Singapore after graduating from college, you found a way to stay a little longer. 1 year led to the next, and before you knew it, you'd spent nearly 3 years in New York after graduating. I mean, I don't know what it's like in Singapore. I have visited New York. I have. So I know what it's like. So, I can only speak from having experience with New York. Singapore is where you grew up, but it never quite felt like a life you'd chosen. In New York, with a million other transplants to the city, feel a little lighter, free from expectations of what you should do, whom you should be. Nat had never pushed you to settle in New York for good, but you've been considering it. At first, you stayed in New York because Nat was here, but as time passed, you've come to think of New York as home too. Part of you still wants to stay in this city, even though there are pieces of Nat everywhere in New York. Like everywhere? Because New York is a pretty big state. If, I recall correctly. Maybe not as big as like other states, but big enough. Restaurants, bodegas, and parks and street corner markets that remind you of her. But perhaps you should reclaim each piece of the city if you had to. You built a life here too. Soon the cab slides into a spot at the airport drop-off area. You climb out of the car. One very long flight later. It would have been great if we got like a sick Transformers transition right there. 24 December. You wheel your luggage into the lift of your public housing block. The doors are about to clang shut when someone dashes toward you at full speed. Oh, wait. I couldn't find my goddamn cursor. Sorry, that's why I couldn't. With commendable composure under pressure, you reach out and press the door open button. Listen, I couldn't see my cursor. I'm like, what the fuck? But these old lifts have a mind of their own. The lift doors continue to close, but the person continues to rush forward. That's dramatic. The lift doors clang shut around the boot. A second later, the door jerks back open, and the person strolls in grinning at you. I tried. Floor. Chug and jerk a chin at the buttons. Man smiles at you, dark eyes dancing with amusement. He reaches out to press the button for the 11th floor, the one you live on. You put 2 and 2 together. This must be Shay, your neighbor's new tenant, the one your mother complains about in every phone call. The company he brings home, the late night jamming sessions with his bandmates, the muddy mountain bike tracks he leaves in the corridor. You study the man in greater detail as the lift starts trundling? Trundling? No, like a trundle? Interesting. I've learned a new word today. Trundle. He's wearing ripped black jeans and a sleeveless red tee, which shows off strong shoulders, defined muscles, and tan sun-kissed skin. There's a guitar case slung over his shoulder. When you return your gaze to the man's eyes, you realize you've been caught staring. He winks at you. His voice is low and playful, playfully flirtatious. And you can definitely see why your mother disapproves. I guess I could... Sorry, it's just I've heard a lot about you, Shay, right? Shay's eyebrows lift in surprise. Then realization dawns. Complains about how I left home, no doubt. Shay's smile broadens. Your conversation is interrupted by a loud ding as the lift arrives on your floor. You step out of the lift into the corridor after Shay. You spend countless afternoons kicking a ball back and forth along this very corridor with your brother. I have a brother? You catalog the changes since the last time you've been back home for Lunar New Year. It's been more than 8 months since then, much to your mother's disapproval. Disapproval? I'm so sorry. I said disapproval. For one, there's a new row of thriving plants extending from your family's unit to the one next door. Shay smiles at you and gestures down the corridor. No. You blink. A split second later, you realize that he's referring to his plants. Still no. No. You continue on your way down the corridor to your unit. I'm home. Oh god. Your mother rushes out of the kitchen to smack you with the arm. Ma! No, why? Mom. A second later, she pulls you into a brief hug. She's never been a particularly physically affectionate person, but she does hug you each time you come back home to visit. You return the embrace. In your arms, she feels smaller, thinner than you remember. Your dad comes running out of his room at the commotion. He, on the other hand, has grown a belly. He waves a hand at the containers on the table, beaming proudly. Your mother frowns accusatorily at you, taking in your ravenous expression. Gotta love that there's soccer on TV. Your dad shrugs. Where's Ma? Boy, if you don't bring your... if you don't bring your ass home and come greet your sibling. Let me stop. She makes apostrophe marks with her fingers at the word friend and shares a meaningful glance with your father. You take this with a pinch of salt. Your mother has a habit of simply assuming things that she'd like to believe. And yet she had done the opposite with Nat, continuing to refer to her as a flatmate months after you told them about your relationship. Oh, okay. So I guess that's how they do the warning. Not as a pop-up, just in text. You suppose it was just easier than confronting the fact that you were dating a Black American instead of a Chinese Singaporean. Though, really, they should be used to your unconventional choices by now. Before you can sink further into these thoughts, the front door swings open violently. Your younger brother tosses his socks and bag by the gate and sashays into the house. Alright. Yeah, food for me. Back up. No. Your mother rolls her eyes and mutters something about bottomless stomachs, waves everyone over to the dining room. Mom thinks you're on a date. Your mom glares at you, betrayed, but your brother only laughs. Your mother's eyes light up with hope. That's how you get him. Your brother plunks down in the seat next to you. Damn! That's rude. That's exactly how it works. True, that is how it works, unfortunately. Boy. Ooh. I swear, if you were my brother. At least I'm not the one getting dumber every year. The two of you grin at each other. You never admit it aloud, but it's good to see him. For the first couple of minutes, there's only the sound of utensils scraping as all four of you practically inhale the food. It's truly the best thing you've tasted in weeks, maybe months. After the feeding frenzy has died down, conversation resumes. Oh, that's soon. Sure. I'll tell them. Why not? Tell them about your job, a new hole-in-the-wall Chinese restaurant you discovered, and the latest dating disaster that has befallen Kenny, the son of a family friend. It's almost as though you never left. Once you've warmed up a little, start talking more about yourself and how you've been. You talk about the record deal that you gotten, how they've given you a green light on your draft album, which is still on track for a release in spring next year. I'm a musician? Oh hell yeah! Your parents had never been too keen on you making music for a living, but at this, your mother slips you a small smile. Oh, we love supportive parents. Your brother smirks. Good, even though by my album. Eventually the conversation turns to Nat, and even though you had intended to tell them about the breakup, you can't bring yourself to in the end. Oh gosh. Sorry. Something in my eye. Soon, the food has been polished off. After lunch, you're in the kitchen with your mother, helping to clear up. Your mother had never expected you to really help with cooking or cleaning up after meals the same way she doesn't expect your brother or father to. And that's where we're gonna take a break, so ads can run. We've always enjoyed being in the kitchen and often joined her. I know, I just really come back saying, but the kitchen quickly became one of the few quiet, intimate places that you shared. A sanctum of sorts. Sorry, gotta hydrate. She's always been most comfortable talking to you about difficult topics amidst the cooking fumes and the sound of sizzling oil. Today, standing side by side at the sink, you can't help but feel a bit of that old closeness. She stops abruptly, waves her hand at you dismissively, changing tacks. And? She's been saying this for years in an attempt to guilt-trip you into returning home. But this time her tone makes you think there might be more to it than she's letting on. Just as you're about to ask her what she means, she shakes her head and turns away. Your mother walks off to tie up the garbage into a plastic bag. When she returns, her expression has softened into a smile. You blink. It's classic behavior from her, something almost tender, bundled up with a jab, and all to distract you from what she'd been about to say earlier. What are you about to say, Mom? Your mother shakes her head, as stubborn as you are. You nod, about to follow up with another question, but your mother clamps her mouth shut. A clear signal that it's all she will say on the matter. Right as you head out of the kitchen to throw out the trash, your mom adds tentatively. You're not sure whether to be touched or horrified that she's finally recognizing your relationship with Nat now that it's finally over. I mean, true, it's not like you like Nat anyway. You can't help it. There's a bitter taste in your mouth and your neck feels hot. Instead of just not answering, you reach for something cutting. What do you care? You never liked Nat anyway. Your mother presses her lips together in one thin line. Her voice trembles slightly, and it's clear she's willing herself to keep her composure. She looks down at the sink, not meeting your gaze. Different? How'd you know? You barely even knew Nat. It's like... and? Your mother doesn't seem eager for a fight, but the breakup's still too fresh, too raw for you, and your mother's statements are pressing all sorts of buttons. At this, your mother lifts her chin and stares at you, eyes fury. The two of you stand there, glaring at each other. Finally, you take the garbage bag and head out. Just as you're rounding the corridor to the shared rubbish chute, you bump into Shay. He's repotting one of his plants in the corridor, humming a little tune as he works. He pauses and looks up as you walk past. He brightens and gives you an enthusiastic wave, nearly flinging a couple clods of mud at you in the process. Nope. Not today, brother man. You give Shay a wave in response, then continue to the rubbish chute without stopping to chat. After dinner that night, you get a call from Junie, your best friend from junior college. I am. You laugh. You've been friends for years, so you know just how dramatic she can be. That's creepy. Also, I literally just video called you a month ago. Still, you got plenty to update each other about. Eventually, the conversation loops around to the class reunion scheduled for the day after Christmas. Your heart twists. It's been nearly a decade since you last seen... Oh lord. Chu, I believe. Please forgive me for pronouncing it wrong. I always try my best. But it's never enough. Feels as though you'd met each other a lifetime ago now. 10 years ago. You're at a party with Junie and her boyfriend Tech. At some point between the rowdy drinking games and chit-chat, you wander out to the pool, alone for a bit of a breather. You get a couple of seconds of blissful solitude before someone else slips out the back door and joins you. It's Shu. You've seen him around in school, and seen his name on every single dean's list since the dawn of time. You know he's got a reputation for being aloof, but you've never really spoken until today. You laugh, and raise your eyebrow at him pointedly. Yeah? Well, I'm not getting it now. The conversation starts small. School, mutual friends, favorite bands, then somehow the momentum sweeps you both along with it. Shu listens more than he talks, and his attention feels all encapsulating. Time passes in a hazy blur. Thick and vicious. No, viscous. Viscous. Give me a second. Give me a second. Viscous, okay. So I was right, it is viscous. You keep talking longer than you planned to. People occasionally come in and out of the back door, but you barely even notice. For who knows how long, nothing pierces the bubble that forms around the two of you. Eventually though, the party begins to empty out, and the few remaining people come streaming out of the house. Suddenly there's a loud whoop, and the host dives headlong into the pool with a massive splash. A second later, everyone hoots and plunges in after him one by one. Heckling and cheering erupts around you. I really want to. Fuck it. We'll do it. We'll do it. When you surface, the first thing you see is Shu, soaking wet and glaring at you. A grin tugs at the corners of your mouth. Shu shakes his head, pinning you with his molten gaze. A second later, to your surprise, he begins to laugh too. Shu wrings the water from his clothes and tucks his wet hair behind his ears. You follow him. After saying bye to the rest, the two of you walk out of the house together. A small shiver passes through you, and you're not sure if it's because of the gentle breeze on wet skin. You linger at the front gate. There are no stars, none that you can see anyway, but the sparkle in Shu's eyes is close enough. Seems neither of you want to say goodbye just yet. The motion is so quick you're not sure if you imagined it, but you can just about swear you see Shu's eyes dip down to your lips. Ayo. Let's see. I don't know, listen, if I have the option to kiss somebody, I'm gonna do that. Press him up against the house's sidewall and kiss him. Fuck yeah. Sorry, I was letting the siren pass. One thing had led to another tonight, but you certainly hadn't expected it to lead to this. The kiss is bruising. Chu's hands come up to grip your hips, and the world swirls all around you. When he finally pulls away, he's breathing hard, eyes still dark with a desire. Weeks pass. After that, the two of you go back to your separate parallel lives. Occasionally, you bump into each other in the hallways between classes, but the encounter slowly fades into memory. That is until the final year of junior college. As fate would have it, Chu transfers into your class and gets assigned a seat next to you. There's an inescapable intimacy. I can read, I promise I can read. She's sitting shoulder to shoulder for hours every day, watching Yushu take notes in his absurdly neat handwriting. As the days go by, the two of you begin spending more and more time with each other after class. Almost competitive. What is going on there? Oh no, keep them to myself. You hadn't realized what it was at first. The unfamiliar thumbing tension between you continues to build until you can no longer deny your feelings. Even after that, you keep your feelings tightly bottled up. Shio on his part remains as inscrutable as ever. But there are moments in class when you catch his gaze on you. You start thinking, hoping that maybe he too has feelings he isn't letting on. One afternoon, after cheering on your school team at a football match, you're on your way home when you realize you've left your wallet behind. Cursing, you turn back. The storm hits. By the time you locate your wallet, face down in a puddle at the edge of the field, you're soaked through. As you bend to pick the wallet up, a shadow comes over you. It's Shu trying valiantly to hold an umbrella over the two of you. I think kind of defeats the purpose if you're like already soaked through, but thanks. The rain's coming at you in great horizontal sheets, and the wind is yanking the umbrella around despite Shu's best efforts to keep it upright. Thanks, but I'm not sure the umbrella's doing much at this point. That's what I'm saying. By the time you reach the shelter of the bus stop, you're both soaked to the bone and breathing hard from sprint. Shu looks down at his drenched clothes, pushes a wet strand of hair out of his face. Listen, the first time was optional. You laugh, acknowledging the throwback to the night you met. The bus stop is deserted. The buses must have just gone by, which means there's a long wait ahead. The rain's loud enough that there's no pressure to talk, but Shu holds your gaze instead of taking out his phone. As you study Shu, you notice that his lips have gone slightly pale, and he's shivering slightly. Jesus, you look like you're on the verge of death. April's like I might be. Oh no. No! Don't say that. Hypothermia in a tropical country. True. Shoot, I could auto go through more. But are you okay? 2 steps closer, Suddenly his face is only inches from yours. His lips curl up into a lopsided grin. Well, I don't have a jacket. Yeah, I don't have a jacket. What do you expect me to do? I mean, you want to kiss? Is that something you want? That's all I can offer you. You don't have a jacket. When your lips meet and your hands go up to grip Shu's hips, whoa! An involuntary tremor runs through him. Almost certain it's not from the cold. I think a lot of people could have guessed that. A second later, a wave of water splashes into the bus stop, hitting the back of your legs. You step back only to catch a bus trundle away and disappear around the corner. Bro, how do you miss your bus? A moment later, your bus pulls up. You give Shu a jaunty wave. Shu splutters. Yes. Shu flounders and doesn't finish the sentence. Yeah, I'm abandoning you. Bye. Bye, see you tomorrow. Shu shakes his head at you. You climb aboard, cackling, but as the bus disappears around the bend, your heart does a loop-de-loop in your chest. From that day on, there's no turning back. You fall hard and fast for each other. You see each other every day and spend hours talking on the phone in the middle of the night. Messages exchanged in the margins of literature books, a dozen different ways to type I love you on a graphing calculator. It's so far from the kind of romance you've been told to expect that you hadn't admitted it to yourself until it bludgeons you on the head. But in hindsight, the sweetness of sinking gently into that relationship will always be tainted by the memory of how things had soured between you. Back to the present. Junie clears her throat, reminding you that she's still on the phone. No. I mean, yeah, I'm over it. You know how long ago it was? You stopped dreaming about Shu sometime around your second year in New York. Stopped itching to look him up on social media to see what he was doing. Now you'd like to believe that it's all water under the bridge. Anyway, you do want to see the rest of your classmates, and you'd be damned if you let Shu take that away from you. Junie's exclamation nearly blows out your eardrums. Fortunately, you had the foresight to hold your phone an inch away from your ear. Having extracted your promise to attend the reunion, Junie hangs up a little while later. You fall asleep that night, with your mind still swirling with memories of a life you thought you left behind. 25 December. I think my throat is starting to give out on me. Oh dear. Yeah, I think it might be. Dang it. I didn't want to continue this though. Okay, so we're gonna be stopping here just cause, like I said, my throat is starting to give out on me. So, unfortunately we didn't get to meet them. Oh, Jill. But it's okay. Oops. But it's okay, it's okay. Maybe next time. So tomorrow is Thursday, right? So just to reiterate again, the two games that we played today were Scarlet Hunt by Soft Poison Studio and Merry Crisis by Monsoon Games. You can get both of their games on Steam. You can play the demo there, or you can go on itch and wait, hold on, let me look real quick. Or you can go on itch and get the games there as well. You just have to make sure you type in the actual name, like the full name. So Thursday, which is tomorrow, right? Yeah, Thursday. Thursday, tomorrow we'll be playing Sweet Valentine Chocolatier. I've played it before. It's very, very cute. You can also get it on itch because that's actually where I played it the first time. I wasn't sure. When I played it, was the game full? Okay, it says current build final releases. Oh, May 4th of this year. So that means they just finished it. Yeah, so, okay, they literally just, like, fully finished it, like, 2 days ago. Okay, so when I played it, it was still in demo form. So that means we're gonna be playing the full game tomorrow, guys! I'm excited. I really enjoyed it when I played the demo. I really, really did. I absolutely adore my baby boy Jordan. He will always be my baby boy. Oh, right, I forgot. You guys can't see it. Just to show you a little bit. So yeah, Sweet Valentine Chocolatier by Big Mama Fat Cat, or Very Fat Cat. Find them. God damn it. Oh wait, I should be careful. Oh no, wait, no. It's not my feed. Okay, I don't have to worry about that. I thought it was my feed. Yeah, here we go. Very Fat Cat. But, I believe Big Mama Fat Cat is... Are they the artists? They might be. Yeah, they're the artists. So, Big Mama Fat Cat is the artist, but, Very Fat Cat and Friends are the people who actually made the game. So, just make sure you understand that distinction. But yeah, so this is what we'll be playing tomorrow in full. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. Oh, what time did I say it'd be at? At 1? I'm gonna be real. I'm probably not gonna be here at 1. I will try to make it at 2, but I also know myself. It might end up 2:33. But that's also dependent on if I end up staying up late again. I've been staying up late these past few days and I hate it. That just feels so... So yeah. And here you can see the rest of the week. I do wish I could be playing some on Saturday, but again, I already accepted these plans like weeks in advance. So yeah. I'm not gonna raid anybody. I'm tired. And so yes, I'll let you guys scatter to the wind and I will see you Thursday for Sweet Valentine Chocolatier. Bye!